affordable. Homefinance.com.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's going down? It is a Wednesday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We are broadcasting from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. What a great partnership we have created with 7 Mile Casino. Shout out to everybody down that way. We appreciate you guys. We love being in business with you guys, and we love spreading the word that if you like blackjack, poker, and table games, it's over here on this side of the casino. And if you love great food and beverage, Sammy's Restaurant and Bar is over on the other side of the casino. All of this is in a smoke-free environment on the beautiful Bay of Chula Vista, just 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. Lots of choices in San Diego, lots of places to play cards and table games. But this is our sponsor. This is our partner. And if you're going to play, we ask you to play at our place, 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. All right, fellas, you guys want to jump right in and hear from Peter Seidler? Because for those of you that are just getting with us, be it on radio, TV, YouTube, whatever, we were talking about Fernando Tatis and the reaction from yesterday's commentary, which Alex blasted all over social media. And I'm telling you, it was like half and half. Like half the people agreed he's behaving like a spoiled, rotten little jerk. And the other half of the people were like, come on, man, cut him a break. He's 23. He got $330 million. We love this kid. He's our whole future. Well, we all are on the same team here. Okay. We all want to see this kid play. And I don't think we're going to get to see the kid play until after the 4th of July, until after the All-Star break. Alex, you were saying that his surgery was scheduled for earlier this morning. Is that right?
Yeah, he went under, I think it was like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. The reports came out. He was currently having surgery. So
really
under the knife.
Yeah. I wonder who's, did they happen to give any detail? Like, is the surgery happening in San Diego? Is there a specific hand specialist here in town? Is this something that's easy, from an orthopedic standpoint? Any doctor can do this. I mean, you got $330 million wrapped up into this guy. Whoever's the best guy on the planet to fix whatever's wrong with his wrist, that's the guy or girl I want to hire.
Yeah, pretty sure that. No, none of the details are out, but I'm pretty sure like they didn't get somebody from like Nogales down in Mexico.
They didn't, huh?
I don't think so.
They didn't
I'm
use
willing
a
to bet
coupon?
money on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Browner, actually, you had a good idea yesterday, and I should have taken you up on this idea. But we should get Dr. David Chow from Sports Injury Central on the air to discuss what the injury is, how hard it is to fix, what is the realistic expectation of recovery. And we should have that conversation with Dr. Chow, since he is now the Sports Injury Central guru.
Because you know what's also funny about it? He can probably explain when it happened, why he said he didn't feel any pain. Because that's what he said. He said initially, you felt weird the first day, a couple of days after it happened, but he said after that there was no pain.
Yeah,
and then he starts to quote unquote rampant. Oh,
that's
whoa!
If you believe that.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's assume I believe that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you why Fernando Tatis didn't feel any pain. Because he was in denial. Seriously, because he's like, no, not the river. He's like, hey, look, I got into this motorcycle wreck. I really don't want a lot of people to know about it. Because don't you remember? Because this is another part of it. When I said he's acting like a little jerk, he had this quote the other day where he was saying, this is when the accident was first reported. He had this quote denying the whole thing. Oh, it's just a bunch of people looking to make up a story, and it's all about me, and you're not even thinking about I'm a real human being and how this impacts me. Like he was trying to lie his way out of it at first. The other part of it is,
I think,
the other part of the denial is this. I'm down here in my home country. I'm living the life. I'm doing everything I want to do. I got the ladies. I got the money. I got the fame. I'm home. I don't want to deal with this right now. This is the off season. This is my time to enjoy myself, to have fun. So when I go back, they'll deal with my injury. And if it means I have to miss 3 months, oh, well, I've already got my money.
Well, I hope he doesn't think that the way I think.
Yeah. Tell me. Probably your way is probably smarter than my way because you're much closer in terms of age. So I'm sure your contemporary brain is probably thinking more like his than mine. I'm thinking old man style.
This is everybody's brain. Yeah, you were thinking a little old man style.
Yeah.
He can get the ladies in San Diego during the season.
Mm-hmm.
He can do all that stuff anytime he wants.
Mm-hmm.
We're all forgetting the thing here.
Yeah.
$340 million.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was riding a motorcycle and broke his wrist. The first thing I think about is, can they take my money away for this?
Oh.
Can they void my contract for this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in my contract that I can't ride a motorcycle? We've seen it before in non-sport activities. If it's in your contract, you're not allowed to do it. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, everybody's been saying that he's no longer going to ride a motorcycle. But if you're thinking about it, can they not void a contract for this?
If you're him, now that didn't cross my mind for 1 second because I'm that good. I'm that good. Now, this isn't when Jay Williams, former number 2 NBA pick in the draft, wrapped his his motorcycle around a tree, who was a guest on our show. His career was over.
Mm-hmm.
It was roughly over once that happened. This is a 3 months. This is a surgery. He'll be out for 3 months. He'll come back. Hopefully he'll be good as new.
Optimistic 3 months.
Optimistic 3 months. He'll be good as new. So this isn't a situation where he was down, he was hurt, he was hospitalized, and all of a sudden, at that point, yeah, they may void my
Go to
contract.
the hospital.
But at this particular situation, this accident, nah, he ain't never thought that. Nah.
Well, I think the Padres, if I would just take a guess here, it's like, okay, look, do we try and recoup money from him? So do we say to him, hey, listen, you did something that violated your contract and you're not going to be able to help us for the next 3 months. We're still expected to pay you, I'm making up a number here, $2 million. Okay. We actually don't want to pay you while you're injured. And even if they could legally do it, let's just say they could, they wouldn't. You know why they wouldn't?
He demanded trade.
Well, he'd just be pissed off at the organization. He'd be like, you know what? Still doesn't feel right. I don't think I can come back yet, you know?
And that's why this is what concerns me. This is exactly what concerns me. If the Padres aren't willing to stand up, for lack of a better term, to Tatis, then why would he learn his lesson?
Well, that's just
why
it.
would he? Would he grow up?
Right. This is the moment where organizationally, Peter Seidler sits down with him, and maybe even an interpreter if he needs it, because a lot of people sent me messages yesterday. Oh, I think a lot of this was lost in translation because English isn't his first language. I'm like, are you people that stupid? Are you that enamored with this kid because he's a great ball player that you think that you're going to make up any excuse you can make for his commentary yesterday? Come on, people, really, like, grow up.
Well, Seidler's comments about Tatis kind of lends to what you're saying, Scott.
Meaning that it's time for Seidler to sit down with him?
No, meaning that I don't
language barrier.
I don't think anyone's telling him that this is like a massive issue.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. If I'm Peter Seidler and I own this team and I've been willing to put this amount of money into this player, I'm going to sit down with this kid. I'm going to say, okay, Fernando, just so you know, here's how this works. You see, when you get a check from us or when we direct deposit into your bank account every week, that comes from us. We're the San Diego Padres. Okay. That means we pay you. You're our employee. I own the team. I'm the boss. Okay. I know you're the star and I know you got all the money and I know you're a young kid. Okay. And believe me, guys, if my 21-year-old son got $300 million, he'd be a little jerk too. He got $3.30 and sometimes he's a jerk. All right. God love him.
Well, Scott, he didn't say that publicly.
Peter Seidler?
Peter Seidler.
No, I know he didn't say that publicly, but what I'm saying is privately, Peter Seidler should sit down with him and his agent and say, okay, fellas, it's reality check time. This is America. Okay. I'm the owner of the team. I'm paying you an absolute fortune. So I have the right to tell you, I don't care if you're Aaron Rodgers.
What is this? This is America have to do with it.
Well, in America, this is the way it works here, pal.
America.
Right. In America, this is the way it works,
in other
pal.
countries,
right. It may not work that way. Right. It may not work that way. But in America, this is America, Jack. You know? It's like that line in Coming to America when they show up, when King Jaffe shows up at the what's the guy's name? Who is the dad, the McDowells.
McDowells.
Yeah. And he shows up at the house and he takes out his checkbook and he goes, I will compensate you for your troubles. He goes, hey, this is America, Jack. That's not the way things work here. You know, you don't just buy me off, right?
He got his own money.
Right. So look, all I'm saying is that if I were Peter Seidler, I'd sit down with this kid and I'd say, listen, guy, you're 23 years old. Okay. I'm 60 years old. I've battled cancer twice in my life. I've done a lot of business in my life. So much that I'm able to pay you $330 million over the course of this contract. But I'm telling you right now, as the employer to the employee, it is time for you to grow up. And the way you behave and the things that you say and the things that you do are a reflection on our organization. So you represent yourself, you represent your family, you represent your country, you represent our team, you represent our brand, you represent our city. You're the face. So it's time to grow up, kid. That's what I would tell him if I were Peter Seidler. Now, will Peter do that?
No.
Not publicly, he won't, but privately, he might.
Take him out to a real nice dinner, get his family, his agent, sit them all around the table, look them all in the face, say, you guys like all this? This is great, right? This is such a big family. Let's have a conversation. We got to take better care of you, man. I know you want to have fun, and you can. You're going to be a rich man. But till we get that money, we got to take care of you. And this is just a sign that we're here to take care of you. You're not going to get him in the office in a broom closet and go, hey, man, you need to get right. They're going to do it professionally. Take him out to an Arby's or something.
A fancy dinner. Take him to an Arby's. Get him a beef and cheese.
There's that the Chick-fil-A right there next to the stadium.
Yeah, man. Take him somewhere real nice. Let him get some sauce on that.
I would love to.
Well, Scott, at the end of the day, this helps. This really just is going to help me and you not get excited till after the All-Star break.
Hear that, Browner?
I hope Hans on Camp just hits 300.
Me too.
No, you don't.
No,
you
don't.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Listen, how about this? How about
you never brought the
Abrams?
receipts, dog? So you're not right on this.
Right.
You never brought the receipts. You had a chance.
You know what? 2 weeks ago, you said, I'll show up with the results on Monday. I'll have the receipts. You didn't have them because you can't find them. But here's what I'll say.
Because they don't exist.
What if this guy, CJ Abrams, becomes, what if he becomes a good, like, what if he's ready to play shortstop for the Padres?
What if the Padres sign Chris Bryant and he plays third base? Machado plays shortstop. How about that?
What if CJ Abrams comes up and he is basically shortstop Ken Griffey Jr.? How quickly they will forget.
Well, I mean, listen, what I'm about to say will be considered Padre blasphemy.
Oh, you finna drop a Brown fact?
But I'm just feeling like if you are concerned about this kid and you're concerned about his shoulder and you're concerned about his off the field activities and you're concerned about his maturity, and you know what? Other teams, anybody would trade for Fernando Tatis for $330 million because in today's market and in 5 years market, that is a bargain.
Matt Olson got $190-something million. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
That's the guy that hit 40-some home runs last year.
Guy for the A's that went to the Braves.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, listen, I want to hear from Peter Seidler. I want to play all this sound. We'll come right back to it in just 1 minute. But before we do, hey, we have a brand new sponsor on the show. And the sponsor is called Ride One Up. And I'm going to read to you a text.
Yeah.
Oh, you like this, do you?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It is one of the best bikes you will ever have the pleasure of riding. It is light, it's fast, and if you get your exercise in while pedaling, right, you can get a little relaxed from block to block by hitting the acceleration. A little something called pedal assist, man. You ever try to struggle when you try to start that bike? Like, pedal assist, y'all. Pedal assist.
Yeah. When you're sitting at a red light and the red light turns green and you have to start pedaling, all you do with the e-bike is you hit the throttle. The throttle gives you the momentum. And based on how much pedal assist you've got, 1 through 5, 5 being the most, 1 being the least, will determine how fast you're going to go. So here's what Daniel Urbino, longtime great friend, CEO of Ride One Up, and now a sponsor and a partner on the show. Here's what he says. Wanted to let you guys know, rideoneup.co. Alex, you might even be able to pull this up while we're talking about ride the number 1 up, rideoneup.co /great friends. Rideoneup.co, not .com, .co. Rideoneup.co /great friends. He said, this is a redirect of your affiliate link, and it's the only way that we can track. So once the customer hits this page, then they enter in the promo code Great Friends on the checkout page to get $50 off. And he said he tested everything this morning and it all works perfectly. So rideoneup.co /great friends. And then on checkout, type in Great Friends. You'll save $50. These bikes are already significantly discounted. I've told the story. Alex, I don't know if I can get you to pull this up or not, but This past weekend, I demoed these Ride One Up e-bikes, and the e-bike that I bought 2 years ago at the beginning of COVID that I spent, I'm willing to admit it, I spent $3,000 on this bike. I literally had to sell a car to buy the bike. I sold a used car to buy the bike. So the bike that I have is way too expensive, way too heavy. This bike, same top end speed at 29 miles an hour, same speed going up the hills where I'm struggling at only 6 miles an hour, but the bike is still doing a lot of the work. I'm probably working 75% of it. And here I am on the bike just taking off. And these bikes, rather than being 3,000, are half the price, literally half the price. So rideoneup.co/great friends is the landing page, and type in great friends at checkout. You'll save $50. They send you the bike. If you're physically capable of putting a couple things together, great. If not, they've got mechanics that you can meet and they can do the work for you. rideoneup.co/great friends. And for anybody that's been thinking about gas prices and how much driving they do and pain in the ass parking and everything else, once you get on an e-bike, you are going to love it. Me and my girlfriend, we call them our personal convertibles. You know, we don't have a Porsche convertible. We got e-bikes, and the wind flies through our hair, and we have a great time, and we park them at restaurants. I'm telling you, man, e-biking is so much fun, and it's, you know, it can be exercise, it can be transportation. Check them out. rideoneup.co/great friends. Have I gone on and on too much about e-bikes? I love them, man. They're so much fun. Alex, you're gonna get a demo? You're gonna try it out?
Yeah, I just got to make my way down there eventually.
Yeah.
I didn't get a house call. I was gone.
Well, I don't, Browner, did you get a house call, or did you wind up meeting Daniel at Balboa Park?
No, I mean, he was gracious enough. The schedules kind of got a little up and down, and so he just, drove over, dropped that thing off, man. We had a nice little 20-minute conversation outside. He gave me we took a group ride around the neighborhood, man. It was awesome.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. All right, so if you're thinking about e-bikes, rideoneup.co, our brand new partner here on Kaplan and Crew. All right, Alex, can you play for us some of Peter Seidler's commentary related to Fernando Tatis? This is yesterday at spring training. Let's see what the owner of the Padres had to say.
From my perspective, I trust and believe in Fernando. People get injured, and he'll be back when his medical's clear, but it's part of sports. And the most important thing to me is I believe in this young man, and I think once he's medically cleared, he's going to have another awesome year and career with us.
Mm-hmm. For those of you listening, I would love for you to see this, because there's a point where he stops, he kind of closes his eyes, he kind of clears his throat. There's a lot of indication to me, like I'm watching very, very carefully what I'm going to say about this kid. I don't want to put fuel on the fire. Remember a couple of weeks ago when Magic Johnson just destroyed Russell Westbrook on TV, and then Russ started crying like, "Oh my God, you're disrespecting my name." And then Magic came back with a tweet like, "Hey, Laker Nation, let's all just take it easy on this guy," because he was backpedaling. I think you look at a guy like Peter Seidler, and he's watching very, very carefully what he's saying about this kid.
You're saying he's lying?
I'm saying no. I'm saying that he does believe in him. And
I mean, because it's not about, this doesn't happen in sports.
Right. This wasn't a sport. Well,
this happens on a street or highway in the Dominican Republic. There's nothing to do with sports.
More than likely in the Dominican Republic on a badly constructed
To be
street.
honest with you, when I pulled the video, I was like, man, this is such like lip service. And then now looking at it, I'm like, well, I actually think he's kind of mad. Like a little bit. Like seeing his face.
Yeah.
He looks upset, and he's just not going to say it publicly.
Right.
But he's pretty pissed off.
Right. There's a point where he, like, again, the pacing, the way he closes his eyes, the way he clears his throat. Right.
Yeah.
He's trying to be very thoughtful with what he's saying. Now, do you have more Seidler from yesterday?
Yeah, but it's not about Tatis.
Yeah. What's it about, the other one?
It's about his outlook for this season.
Okay. You guys want to hear this?
Yeah.
All right. Here's more of Peter Seidler, the owner of the Padres.
The way I look at it, I want to win every single game, every single year. I watch them all either in person or on television. When our guys are pitching, I just believe we're going to get the guy out. And when our guys are at bat, I'm a believer. I'm an optimist. That said, if you're going to fall off a cliff like we did last year, you may as well make it dramatic. And we did. I think that was a once in a century, what I'll call a learning experience for all of us. And one thing that's interesting to me about the end of last year is the fans still showed up, and I didn't believe we were out of it until the numbers said we were out of it. But we never kind of flipped and got to winning again. That said, as relates to this year and the future, that's history. It's not just, oh my goodness, we must win now. That's completely not my personal attitude and not the attitude of the organization. The attitude is it's a fresh year. We've got a very, very good team, and we expect to be a force in the chase for the World Series trophy this year.
All right. There's Peter Seidler. And for those of you that were listening carefully, you could hear the difference between the first soundbite and the second. We'll replay them as the show goes on. We got a lot more we're going to jump into. Stick around, everybody. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios with Grande and the Brown Man. We got more coming right back.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby, Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on Your View, starting March 17th.
Hey Hoops fans, Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we dance to the Dome on Your View.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. If you're going out looking for a pre-approval to buy a new home, meet with the realtor, we would help you facilitate that. and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're going to do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby wrap-up and Major League Rugby, Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on YourView, starting March 17th.
Welcome to the 2022 San Diego Loyal season, live on YourView. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the Sacramento Republic FC March 19th at 7 p.m. Come join us at the Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Come join the fun. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the Sacramento Republic FC, Saturday at 7 on YourView.
Hey, Hoops fans, Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we dance to the Dome on YourView.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
University of San Diego baseball got a midweek win against Cal State Fullerton on Tuesday night. Ian Churchill went 5 innings on the bump, allowing 5 hits with 3 strikeouts and no walks. Cody Jeffress and Caleb Ricketts both went 3 for 5 with 3 RBI, while Chase Meadroth went 3 for 6 with 2 RBI and 3 runs scored. It was Meadroth's 6th multi-hit performance this season. Last weekend, the Toreros got the series win against Grand Canyon on the road. After dropping Game 1, they bounced back to get the win on both Saturday and Sunday. The Toreros are 9-6 this season, heading into conference play. They'll get West Coast Conference play started this weekend with a 3-game set against Pepperdine in Malibu. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Vondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
It doesn't matter what your background is and where you come from. If you have dreams and you have goals, and that's all that really matters.
I owe a lot to Charlie.
When you black, it's not a movement, it's a lifestyle. This is who we are.
The Rising. Check your local listings for air dates and times.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends, what's going on? This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man on a Wednesday afternoon from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And you should definitely make sure to check out 7 Mile Casino if you love blackjack, poker, and table games. If you love Sammy's Woodfire Pizza, which is Sammy's restaurant and bar inside 7 Mile Casino. And if you love the view of the Bay of Chula Vista, it's just 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. 7 Mile Casino and 7milecasino.com. So, all right, Grande, Brown Man, we were talking about Peter Seidler's comments about Fernando Tatis. And in my opinion, when I listen to Peter Seidler talk and I actually watch the video of him talking, I see him slowing himself down. I see him closing his eyes. I see him taking a big pause. I see him clearing his throat. I mean, all of these things to me, as someone who likes to overread these types of situations, all of these things to me tell me he's taking his time and he's trying to be extremely thoughtful about what he's going to say because he wants to, as an organization, support Tatis. But in my opinion, you can tell that he's very irritated. But nobody wants to get this kid upset. No one wants to piss him off that he doesn't want to come back and play and contribute. You got to treat this situation very carefully. And that's the position you find yourself in when your job is to kiss the ass of 23-year-old children. So, he got to be super careful with what he says because you want to be supportive. But by the same token, your business could be impacted.
Will be.
Is.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because really, if you, let's just say, you start the first half of the season, let's say through 81 games. Let's say the Padres are 30-51. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, this sucks. And then Tatis comes back and he hits 30 home runs in the second half of the season. And the team goes, I'm making this up, but
51 and 30.
51 and 30.
Right. They just do the exact opposite. You would look at it and you'd go, they finished the season 500. But had they had Tatis the whole season based on the way he played in the second half, look how different our season would be. Didn't make the playoffs. The fan attendance numbers went down. All merchandise sales. You're right. Him not being there is currently impacting their business.
Will this lead to CJ Abrams playing sooner?
No.
Because he's hurt. He's hurt, ain't he? Ain't he hurt?
No, he's not hurt. But I think
back?
that
he was hurt last year, right?
Yeah, I thought he was hurt last year.
I think
hurt in knee.
Yeah, but he's been playing this offseason.
Okay, got it.
Everything that everybody's saying, this is Hassan Kim's job. So it would take a monumental next 3 weeks for CJ Abrams to be on the big league squad, I think.
Well, listen,
and
I
then
remember the year that Tatis came up when everybody was saying, no, they're going to hold him down for a few extra weeks, Chris Bryant style. And we were wailing away on the radio. By the way, at the time, home of the Padres, we were wailing away on the radio. If you got him and he's as great as you say, and he's the future and the team isn't going anywhere this year necessarily, play this kid. And that's what they did. And, kid burst onto the scene and became a superstar.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe CJ Abrams might. I mean, who knows? Maybe he can do it
the
up.
Padres' top prospect. He's the closest one. Everybody was saying there's a logjam for CJ Abrams, and there's no longer a logjam for CJ Abrams. So you never know. But you never know what happens in spring, man. This kid can come out here and hit 150 in spring, and no one's going to talk about it.
Yeah,
of course.
So I think we have a.
We still haven't seen Mackenzie Gore.
We have a kid in Hassan Kim who's going to his second season after adjusting to Major League Baseball pitching, which was the biggest knock on him. Defensively, I think he's better than Fernando Tatis. Is he as dynamic and makes crazy plays? No, but is he a better defender at shortstop than Tatis? 100%. So I think it's Hassan Kim's job. And if he struggles offensively in the first month of the season, then maybe we could have this conversation. But realistically, I would not be expecting CJ Abrams to be your opening day shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
But I also I hope this roster is not complete yet. I really do. Because they can say it all they want. We have a good team. No, you don't. Because last year, you weren't a good team. And you basically are bringing everybody back at this moment where we sit right now.
Right. Let's think about this. What's the big addition that the Padres have to this roster from last year's roster? Right now. What's the number one thing they have that they didn't have a year ago that
Mike
makes you
Clevenger.
believe?
The
Okay, there
DH.
you go. The answer for me was Clevenger. I don't know that there was a right or wrong. I was making it up, so I guess I get to set the rule.
There's two things that everyone's pointing to, and that's a healthy pitching staff.
Uh-huh.
You know, Darvish has fixed his hip injury. He's messed with his mechanics. Everyone says he looks great.
Okay.
Blake Snell, finished the season injured. You're hoping that he's fine.
But I was on fire when he went out.
Right. Joe Musgrove was solid all year long.
All year.
Right.
He is the leader of that pitching staff. He might be the leader of this team, to be honest.
He might be.
Because you're looking at if you're reading the reports, he and Craig Stammen were the two guys that were making sure that this team was working out during the lockout, doing daily Zooms with the pitching staff, with the entire roster. Joe Musgrove might be the real leader of this team.
You know what? And by the way, that would serve me just fine, meaning he's a kid from San Diego. He got to live the dream of coming home and playing for his hometown team. He has the first and only no-hitter in club history. And he was the first mural that they put up last year at his high school before they started putting murals up all over town, which I've told you my opinion of murals. When you do something great and they put one up, I'm all for it. When you don't do anything great and it's just all for promotion, I understand the promotional side of it, but you didn't do anything great. To have a Manny Machado, mural when he's been here for 3 years and they've done nothing.
Well, let's not get sidetracked. So
I've seen some terrible murals around town, by the way.
It's Musgrove. It's Clevenger, which by all reports, he looks great. Obviously, he hasn't faced a hitter, so we'll see. And then the 5 spot, it's Paddock, it's Weathers, it's Gore, it's whoever else you want to name for the 5 spot. That pitching staff, if the top 4 guys are healthy, that is a legit pitching staff. If they are healthy, yet to be seen.
Well, right, and that's exactly what the Dodgers fans would say too. Hey, our pitching staff this year, we're legit 1 through 4 if we're healthy, meaning Walker Buehler and Julio Urias and now Clayton Kershaw. And that might be it for the Dodgers because they lost Scherzer and you don't have Dustin May back yet because he had Tommy John surgery, first half of, he's probably gone for at least the first half of this season. So, that everything is so dependent on health. So Browner, the question was, what have the Padres done from last year to this year to make them think that they're so much better? They get Clevenger back, hopefully healthy. Their pitching staff is hopefully healthy, to Alex's point. But generally speaking, every other position, for all intent and purposes, is precisely the same.
Yep.
There's Eric Hosmer, there's Will Myers, and there's Manny Machado, and you're supposed to have Tatis, but you see now you don't have Tatis. So when you say we're better this year, all I'll say is Mike Clevenger better be so much better because somebody's going to have to make up for the loss of Tatis through the first probably.
Well, the pitching staff was was absolutely in disarray. They were in complete shambles all season.
You didn't know who was pitching every other day.
Right. We had so many bullpen days, and then the bullpen went from the strength of the team to they just got worn out, and they were awful towards the end of the season, which led to this ultimate collapse that we saw. I think that, but you say that for every single team in every single sport. If they're not healthy, they're not going to be good.
Right.
So I think
we're asking about the additions. We spoke of C.J. Abrams before. I'm gonna bite my tongue as I say this. Mackenzie Gore, there has at this point.
I'm winning the bet this year. He's 100% going to be in a Padres uniform this year.
He has to.
Well, wearing a Padres uniform is different than playing for the Padres.
Right. No, he's going to play for the big league squad at some point this year.
Whether Boris forces him to do that through his own just sheer power of his clients, or you have to go, all right, well, let's see what he's got. Because if we can't keep just toiling him down there, let's see what he's got.
I would say the Padres going into the season have way more questions than they have answers.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that too. When you flame out the way that they did, you do have more questions, but you have supplies to replenish at certain positions.
That's but this goes back to the conversation, Scott and Browner, that we had in September and August, and then a little bit after the season, was you have to think that you have a talented roster. I don't think we do.
That's true. That's what we just.
Well, that's what AJ Preller was saying.
Right, and AJ and
we
Peter
have
Seidler.
such a great roster,
right?
And we're like, well, then why did it fall apart? Like, it's just kind of a freaky thing. It'll never happen again. Let's fire the manager. I mean, this would be like, imagine this. Imagine if I told you right now that next basketball season, the Lakers come back with pretty much the exact same roster, but meaning LeBron, AD, and Russ, and then, fill in a few other guys. And maybe they just make one addition, not a superstar, but an additional body. Oh, but the big difference is they fire Frank Vogel and they bring in a manager or in this case, a coach who's got, some championship caliber stuff in his background. I'm not saying that Vogel won the bubble championship, blah, blah, blah. You understand my point. If they brought back Phil Jackson, if you told me the exact same roster.
If they got Eric Spoelstra.
Okay, there you go. So see, but the difference, I'm trying to figure out somebody who's more like
Greg
Melvin.
Popovich.
That's
Greg Popovich.
No, he's won too much.
Right. That's the thing. Melvin hasn't won enough. Melvin's teams were good teams, even though they were underfinanced. He was able to compete with less. So I'm trying to think of a good example.
Doc Rivers.
Let's just use Doc Rivers. So you take the entire Laker roster as it currently is, and you fire Vogel and you bring in Doc Rivers. My question to you guys would be this: if I told you the exact same roster but a different head coach, you think you're going to get massively different results from the Lakers next year?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So there's a yes and a no. And then for the Padres, you bring in an experienced manager, and you have virtually the same roster. And now you got Tatis hurt. Do you expect massively different results this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the Padres are expecting. They're expecting Bob Melvin to play part therapist, part like scout, part development guy. Like they expect Bob Melvin to come in and avoid that locker room was a disaster last year. So I think they're expecting that, Scott. I don't know if I expect that, but I know that the organization does, that Bob Melvin's going to come in. He's going to fix all of our, issues inside the clubhouse, even though they're still poking their head out right now. And Bob Melvin will get the best out of our young guys. Bob Melvin will develop our young pitchers. If not Bob Melvin, he built this dynamic coaching staff that Browner kept talking about, that it's a coach's job, even though I think coaches in baseball are the least important of all sports. It's the coach's job to get it out of the players. So I think the organization and some fan base does expect that.
Okay, well let's talk about the locker room and what Melvin might be able to do to the chemistry problems that the Padres had in the locker room. I'm going to get to that, and we're going to hear from Eric Hosmer, who many people still think's about to be traded, and that's why maybe the Padres have jumped in on Freddie Freeman. We'll talk about that coming up in 1 minute, but before we do, shout out to our people from Mazda of Escondido. MazdaofEscondido.com. The general manager at Mazda of Escondido is a gentleman named Alan. You can walk in and ask for him by name. Just say, hey, I'm looking for Alan, the GM. Okay. And ask for Alan. Tell him you're a great friend. Tell him you're a Kaplan and Crew listener, whether it's YouTube, radio, whether you're a viewer on television, however you take in the show. And by the way, we appreciate it. Ask for Alan, the general manager, and tell him, yo, Kaplan is bragging to me about Mazda of Escondido's brand new showroom, which they completely revamped during COVID. He's bragging about the inventory that Mazda of Escondido has, which I think you'll find to be quite extensive. But more importantly, I'm bragging because a year ago, I went to Mazda of Escondido. They were not an advertiser on the show. I'd never met them before. I was introduced to Alan, and I walked into the showroom that night, and I said, Alan, look, I've got a 2014 GMC Terrain, had like 70,000 miles on it. I've got this 2000, I think it was an 18 Cadillac CRX, which I had to buy out of a lease because the lease was so screwed up and I was way upside down in these cars. And it was a big burden. And I said to Alan, look, my goal is to get 3 brand new cars. I got 3 drivers right here, 2 daughters and a son. I want to try and get 3 new cars. And I'm hoping to keep the price under what I'm paying for these 2 cars. So the goal is to get new technology, to get more reliability, better fuel efficiency, and so on, but for less money, but for 1 extra car. Now, most people would go, you're not going to be able to turn 2 cars into 3 cars for less money. Well, we did it. And I'm just going to here to tell you that I had a great shopping experience at Mazda of Escondido. It's the first time I've ever had Mazda products. Alex, if you put a picture up on the screen that night, my 2 daughters, there's Jaden in the front, Jillian in the middle, and Justin deep. Justin's got that CX-5 that everybody raves about. My daughters have the CX-30s. They love these cars. And let me tell you something. The girls are a little hard to please. They're kind of high maintenance. And my daughter, Jaden, she's the tougher one. She's like, Dad, I love my car. I wouldn't want any other car. And she's got that CX-30. So if you're looking for a brand new car, brand new Mazda, you want to trade in your Mazda, or you want to trade in any other brand of car, And if you're looking for great prices, you're looking for a really nice shopping experience, and you want to do what I did, which is, take 2, turn into 3. You want to lower your costs. I'm telling you, Mazda of Escondido, you tell them what your goals are and let's see if they can match them. MazdaofEscondido.com and see Alan, the general manager, and tell him you're a great friend. Browner, at some point, I'd like to get you up there. I've got you on an e-bike now. I've got you taking proper vitamins every day. Now I'm going to get you into a new car. That's my next goal, is to get you into a new car.
I'm all with you, dog, but it got to be electric. I need that MX-30. It got to be electric. I can't do it with this gas.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. I've been talking about electric cars, and so Mazda's got an electric version, huh? The MX-30. You're calling it?
That's what I got my eyeball on, the MX-30. I can't do the gas, dog. I can't. I'm giving up.
Wow.
I'm giving up.
Yeah.
How coastal elite of you.
No. Don't you do that to me. Don't you take me to the coast.
Why?
No, sir. No, thank
Why?
you.
Why not?
Mm-mm. Gas is a
Why not?
scam. Gas is a scam. I refuse to continue to allow the overlords of the shadow dwellers to twist and turn me.
That is Browner's
they
current
get in my
new
pocket.
conspiracy theory.
I have no idea.
On
what
his
he's talking
Instagram,
about.
he's always posting about wake up, people.
Don't bring my Instagram to this show.
It's why it's
no,
public.
Don't
dude,
bring my Instagram to this show.
But you know what his Instagram is, Alex? His Instagram is all of his political views that we prefer him not to share with us on the radio show.
Yeah. Open your eyes, people. A barrel of oil is only $100.
Yeah. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Since you brought it up, why is that? What's the deal? What's the deal?
My bad.
I don't know.
My bad.
I don't know. My answer is I don't know. Because I don't know about these things.
Dude, I haven't
if you want to
put
talk
gas
about
in my
the
car.
Padres, we can talk about it.
I put gas in my car in 3 weeks. Just walk everywhere, dude.
Well, no. In his case, now he's got an e-bike.
Right. There you go.
Right. What do you need? What are you worried about gas for? You got an e-bike. You never have to do city driving ever again. You just take your bike. You got a lock for that bike?
Yes, I do.
You better lock that mofo up.
Listen, that the chain weigh more than me.
My neighbor has an e-bike. It's definitely
I'll
not.
go get it.
It's definitely not one of the ones that we advertise. And I know this because there's like 8 steps to get up to her little apartment, and I've literally helped her carry her e-bike up those 8 steps like 3 times because it's so damn heavy for her.
Yeah, not these Ride One e-bikes. You'd be shocked because I'll tell you, man. I've taken the other e-bikes that I bought, these heavy ass e-bikes, and I've put them on the back of a car, and I've taken them up to Mammoth. And dude, they're so big and heavy. You got to take the batteries out. You got to take the seat off. I mean, it is a headache. These Ride One e-bikes, you just pop them right on the back onto the whatever Thule kind of thing you're using.
Yeah.
What do you got there, Browner? What is that? What am I looking at here? Look at this chain he's got.
It's like a Kimbo Slice.
Dude, that's brand new too. He hadn't even used it yet.
Listen, I ain't gonna use it. You know why? Because when I'm going. I'm riding. I ain't stopping and eating. I'm on a trip. I'm out here. I'm gliding. I'm sliding and gliding.
All right. Well, now he wants
Racing
an
and
e-car.
pacing.
He wants an electric car and electric bike.
Right. He doesn't want to use any gas of any kind.
Right.
I'm trying to become energy efficient. You should do the
Appreciate
same.
that.
You asked me about gas. I'm gonna tell you about gas. It's not about me. It's about us, the people, us as one, sir. Us as a global community working together to help the planet and not the Saudi Arabians.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. What are you, Phil Mickelson now? Is that who you are? Are you Phil Mickelson?
UAE, all them gas countries, okay?
Yeah. All right, I want to get back to Eric Hosmer. So here's the thing. As we talk about the Padres getting better,
on Instagram.
Yeah, Browner will share all of his political views with you there. The thing about Hosmer is this. We talk about, are the Padres going to get better? They would get a lot better on the field, defensively, in the clubhouse, if they could get rid of Eric Hosmer. But obviously, you got to replace him with the right guy. I love the fact that the Padres are sort of on the outside, maybe, of this Freddie Freeman thing, because everybody's been thinking Dodgers and Yankees, but I don't think it's going to be the Yankees because they signed. Well, you're saying the Padres are in on the Chris Bryant thing?
I mean, listen, I think the Padres have their hand in everything because they failed so far in getting the guys that they wanted. So
I'd take Chris Bryant at first base over Eric Hosmer right now.
Have Chris Bryant. Much rather have Chris Bryant.
I'd rather have Chris Bryant at first base than Eric Hosmer. And I think
about Freddie Freeman over Freddie Freeman. I'd rather have Chris Bryant. He's worth more to the local community.
Well, there it is. I mean, it's a marketing thing, you know. Yeah. Alex, can you play Hosmer's comments from yesterday, and then let's jump into this because I know AC's been covering the Hosmer angle to the story. So
No, I think that's just part of the process. I think whenever you're a professional, I think those talks are always going to come about. I think there's always one or two guys that are pretty obvious they ain't going anywhere. But other than that, everyone else is pretty much fair game. There's a lot of moves that are to be made because there was no off season. So I think we're all used to the rumors. We're all used to the talks. And the beauty about this is we all come here and just get to go out and compete with each other and don't really pay attention to much of that stuff. The only thing I feel like I have to prove is to my teammates. These guys are who I'm going to battle with, and I think that's the biggest thing. So I'm going to come and I'm going to get my work in. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try and do what I can to produce on the field, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, because his feelings were hurt. His feelings were hurt last year. That's right. Thanks, Eric. Thanks so much for giving us the time to talk to you. You're such a great of all time that for us to even be in the same presence with you is like.
Stand on the right side of first base, bro. That's where you need to start at.
Right. All right, we'll get back into this story. There's so much more to it. Stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Hang out with us, everybody.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Your View, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show. Welcome to the 2022 San Diego Loyal season, live on Your View. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the Sacramento Republic FC March 19th at 7 p.m. Come join us at the Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Come join the fun. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the Sacramento Republic FC, Saturday at 7 on Your View.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Bondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
University of San Diego baseball got a midweek win against Cal State Fullerton on Tuesday night. Ian Churchill went 5 innings on the bump, allowing 5 hits with 3 strikeouts and no walks. Cody Jeffress and Caleb Ricketts both went 3 for 5 with 3 RBI, while Chase Meadroth went 3 for 6 with 2 RBI and 3 runs scored. It was Meadroth's 6th multi-hit performance this season. Last weekend, the Toreros got the series win against Grand Canyon on the road. After dropping Game 1, they bounced back to get the win on both Saturday and Sunday. The Toreros are 9-6 this season, heading into conference play. They'll get West Coast Conference play started this weekend with a 3-game set against Pepperdine in Malibu. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrack, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years, and he started this business out of a studio apartment, and look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
I founded Driveway Auction after working in the automotive industry, becoming a dealer and questioning the process that puts consumers at a huge disadvantage when selling their cars.
The big difference between Driveway and the other services is that Driveway works for you. If you've ever tried to sell a car, you know that it's an awful process that makes you either go and meet strangers in parking lots to take test drives or sit at the dealership for hours and hours while they wear you down. Driveway eliminated all of that.
With Driveway Auction, we come to you, so we complete the 40-point vehicle inspection from the comfort and convenience of your own driveway.
We send an independent third-party inspector to take measurements of the car, take pictures of it, evaluate the condition.
We use that information to advocate for you, using our network of buyers to compete. And when they compete, you win.
They take over the whole process, and you don't have to do anything.
Our clients get more money and a better process with Driveway.
Everybody at Driveway made me feel so comfortable during the whole process. It was a great experience.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, if you're going out looking for a pre-approval to buy a new home, meet with the realtor, we would help you facilitate that and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're going to do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hi, my name is Giovanni, and this is my mural. What intrigued me most about this project is that I realized there was not a lot of black street artists, and then there was not a lot of black art on walls. So that's what intrigues me the most, is that this is a project that's putting up multiple and plentiful walls of black people on walls.
I'm Deborah, and this is my mural. When I was approached about this project as a portrait painter, I kind of like the idea of a challenge. I've done large-scale pieces that were called murals, but I had never done an outdoor mural, and I really love the subject matter. They didn't assign the subjects right off the bat. We had to kind of hear what they were going to do, and I was thrilled. I got to pick it, and this is the one that I was most happy with.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on your view, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.